everybody, it's Friday and I've got a couple of journals to show you. This one is a 7.5 by 5.5, and it's covered with some really pretty rose fabric here and a lot of doilies with a real pretty image and a bow with a little gold tie, lots of stitching. Big doily going across, a little bit of stamping, some more stitching back there. It's got a matching linen closure. And going inside, this cover I had made. Sometimes I get on a cover making kick, and I had made it a while back, and I didn't like the way I shortcut the pocket, so I wanted it bigger, so I put this piece of satin ruffle on it, and it still wasn't high enough. So you know how when you're laying in bed and your mind's going 90 to nothing, I came up with this. I sewed on some seam binding and tied it with a bow so that it would hold the papers a little bit more securely. And I love this idea. It came out pretty coolio. So you just untie it, and I put some cards in it. See, I just stitched it on. Real pretty fabric for the background. And I put in some really cute journaling cards. Got a lot of inking and stamping on it. And then a big tag. You can put an image there. It's got lined paper on the back. Another cute little card. But I just love this idea. It holds everything in place. Nothing can fall out. See, I didn't want something that would get up this high to be top heavy and go that way. So that's the idea I came up with, and I think it's really cute. And on this page is a nice page for journaling. These pages like this are available in my Etsy shop also for you journal makers out there. That's the stitching from the other side. Got ephemera and book pages. A little stamped chair there. More ephemera. Stitching around it. Over here I've got a really pretty piece of lace that I stitched onto the paper, and I stitched around this, and it's stitched in a real pretty pink. Real pretty pink. Some roses. Little mini place to journal. And so you can journal here too. This is an embossed pocket. Isn't it beautiful? And I put like a little mini pocket on top, and I stuck one of my little cards in there. Thought he fit in there pretty cute, and you could still see him. And back here, I've got a piece of ledger paper, and I stitched all the way around it in that real pretty leaf pattern. And a little card. Oop, I want to see you. Pop out. Okay. And that's the stitching from the other side. And over here is a real pretty lady. Some layered papers. A little paper clip. Holds this little mini. Thank you. Cute, cute. But really it serves to hold this in place, which is just gorgeous. This lace is just beautiful. Pretty image with some sari silk. And that just lifts up. More ephemera. Stitching all the way around. That's the stitching from the other side. Over here is a real pretty rose background, and this is also a pocket, which I didn't stuff. You know, it's just not a Friday unless I forget to stuff something. But this paper clip holds a notebook in place. It's got several sheets of coffee dyed papers. And then on the other side, I stuck, get on there. I stuck a, alright thing, there we go. I stuck a postcard that has some napkin decoupage. Pretty. And that's the stitching from the other side. Another journaling card, a little mini over here. Love the little minis. And that's the stitching on it from the other side. Pretty ladies. You know, I love my ladies. My vintage ladies. I just think they're so pretty. So I think I put these in my Etsy shop too. I can't remember. I've slept since then. Lots of places to journal, and yet it's still got a whole bunch of stuff going on. Here's another embossed pocket with a little image there, and some heavily coffee stained paper with the stitching all the way around. Some cards. Thank you. Little mini. And ripped the page edges. Another little card here. Isn't that pretty? Sometimes I get on a sewing kick and I can't stop. Imagine that. And this folds out. This is a big, big little notebook. Big notebook, and it's got some lined paper. And you even have the back of this too, that I adhered it down with cardstock. And it's got lined and graph paper in it for journaling. And then that serves to hold it down. Got a little seam binding there and part of a doily. Over here's a little mini embossed pocket with a label image. Can you tell I went a little sewing crazy? And some papers. And one of the letter thingies. Whenever I come up with a name for these things, I will start using it. But right now, thingy is the best I can do. Okay. I love how the lace just peeks over too from the other pages. Another little mini. Some floral. Love the texture that the stitching gives. More stitching here, and I inked all the edges real heavy and tore the pages so that they look all rough. And here's the back. Again, I did the same as the front. I put the little tie there. And I put a few cards, some big cards in there. This allows me to add the bigger cards instead of having to go short so they don't fall out, which I love. And I really wanted to, the whole reason I did this was I love this fabric and I really wanted it to stand out. So that's how it started. And he just ties right back up. Beautiful satin, brown satin, the doily peeping over. And there's the back. And the front. And I smashed the bow. There we go. Pretty. Very pretty journal that's just got a lot going on, some gold stitching around here, and then of course I used the gold tie. I want to thank y'all for being here with me and spending Friday, part of your Friday with me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.